The Thursday, March 19, 2026, Lumbee Tribal Council business meeting. At this time, I will ask Brother Preacher Graylin Mitchell to lead us in the invocation, with Mr. Carrington lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance following the invocation.
Almighty, wise God, we thank you for this day. We thank you for this time. We pray, Lord, Father God, that you touch this meeting tonight, God. Yes. Let it be in decent and order. Yes. I ask you, Lord, that you just touch every representative that's here tonight. Lord, all the folks that came out tonight, we pray, God, that you touch them, you strengthen their homes. We ask you, Father, tonight that you touch the bereaved families, God, yes, as our hearts are broken. We know, Lord, that you are comforted. We know you're a burden bearer. I ask you again, Father, just touch this meeting tonight, Lord, and let everything be in decent order. In your precious name we do pray. Amen. Amen. Amen.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. At this time, I would ask Ms. Sandra to lead us in the preamble to the Constitution. In accordance with the inherent power of self-governance of the Lumbee Tribe of North Carolina, the tribe adopts this Constitution for the purposes of establishing tribal government structure, preserving for all time the Lumbee way of life and community, promoting the educational, cultural, and social and economic well-being of Lumbee people, and securing justice and freedom for Lumbee people. Thank you. At this time, I will look to our secretary, Ms. Chakawana, for the roll call.
Mr. Billy Oxendine.
Present.
Mr. Graylin Mitchell. Here. Mr. Harold Smith.
Here.
Mr. Jody Bullard.
Here.
Mr. Carrington Locklear.
Here. Mr.
Larry Chavis.
Here.
Miss Rubelina Locklear. Here. Miss Kathy Hunt. Here. Mr. Johnny Bell.
Here.
Mr. Bobby Emanuel.
Here.
Miss Chakawana Oxendine. Here. Miss Josephine Doss. Here. Mr. Alex Baker.
Here.
Mr. Homer Fields.
Here.
Miss Sharon Hunt.
Here.
Miss Nancy Locklear.
Here.
Miss Sandra Dial.
Here.
Miss Mary Locklear. Here. Mr. Larry Souls.
Here.
Mr. Rudy Locklear.
Here.
Mr. Eric Chavis. You have a quorum, Speaker.
Thank you. At this time, I'll read the ethics statements. In accordance with Ethics and Conflict of Interest Ordinance number 2010-0312-01, it is the duty of every council member to avoid both conflicts of interest and the appearance of a conflict of interest with regard to any matters before the council today. Does any council member have a known conflict of interest or any perceived conflict of interest with respect to any matters coming before the council today? If so, please refrain from participation in those particular deliberations during the meeting. At this time, I'd like to welcome you all that are joining us online and here in the tribal complex. Glad you're here. Thank you for coming out tonight. I do have a few special guests that I need to recognize. Mr. Rodney Nichols, who served on our administrative court as administrative judge, Dr. Johnny Hunt, previous superintendent of the school board, Ms. Sheila Beck, a member of our elections board, previous member, the Honorable Wendy Moore, previous tribal council member, former tribal administrator, Mr. Ricky Harris, our current tribal administrator, we recognize him in the audience tonight. We also have the mayor of Parkton with us, Mr. Ed Lowry, and a school board member, Mr. Terry Locklear. If I overlooked anybody, my apologies. And I understand the Chancellor as well is with us tonight, Chancellor Cummins. So welcome. At this point, we will move. Before the review and approve of agenda, I do have some additions. I have an addition at number 13 under presentations. Under Dr. Ronnie Bell, we will have Dr. Seth Grooms, assistant professor with Appalachian State, here this evening. And then immediately following calendar review prior to adjournment, a closed session to discuss our lawyer and economic development issues. With those additions, I do open the floor for review and approval of the agenda. I have A motion by Ms. Sharon and a second by Vice Chair. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed likewise. Agenda stands. Now we'll move to the review and approval of the February Tribal Council business meeting in action. I'll open the floor for a motion or revisions. I have a motion on the floor by Ms. Nancy and a second by Mr. Carrington. All those in favor signal by aye. Aye. All those in opposed likewise. Hearing none, the minutes stand approved. At this time, we'll move to our committee reports, and I'll recognize our Finance Chair, Ms. Nancy Locklear.
I'm going to look at CLLO-2025-1223-01, the fiscal year October 1st, 2025 through September 30th, 2026, the Lumbee Tribal Budget Ordinance. Where's it going to start at? This is going to be, therefore be intact by the Tribal Council of Lumbee Tribe of North Carolina. The final ordinance cites as the fiscal year October 1st of 2025 through September 30th, 2026, the Lumbee Tribe Budget Ordinance is amended for the Department of Housing, subject to all inclusion provision. We had 2,991,863.36. So what we done, we put it in the grant revenue of HUB. We put 31,449,136.36. 31,449,136.36. So we took rehab, we put it in rehab repairs, $3 million. We put it in new construction. Construction, we put $4,568,831.34. Highway 41 development, we put $2 million. That's not right. That's amended, okay. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm starting with the second one, okay. So what we done with that money, we put $1 million in rehab repairs, a total of $3 million that have in the budget. Then we put in construction $286,763.36. The total that I have is $4,568,831.34. And Highway 41 development, we put $1.5 million, and it made it $2 million. Administration salaries, we put $60,000, so it made it $780,955.22. Then the payroll fringes, we put $24,000, made it $227,547.68. Then finance, a salary, $86,500, made it $635,564.42. And the payroll fringes was $34,600. And it made it $223,396.91. That's how we come up with the $2,991,863.36.
Thank you. Coming from committee, it needs no second. I'll open the floor for discussion.
Mr. Speaker, I make a motion to accept.
Thank you.
Second.
I have a motion and a second on the floor, and I'll do a roll call vote. Ms. Chuckwater?
Mr. Billy Oxendine,
Yes.
Mr. Graylin Mitchell,
Yes.
Mr. Harold Smith,
Yes.
Mr. Jody Bullard,
Yes.
Mr. Carrington Locklear,
Yes.
Mr. Larry Chavis,
Yes.
Ms. Rubelina Locklear,
Yes.
Ms. Kathy Hunt,
Yes.
Mr. Johnny Bell,
Yes.
Mr. Bobby Emanuel,
Yes.
Ms. Chuckwauna Oxendine, yes. Ms. Josephine Doss,
Yes.
Mr. Alex Baker,
Yes.
Mr. Homer Fields,
Yes.
Ms. Sharon Hunt, Ms. Nancy Locklear,
Yes.
Ms. Sandra Dial, Ms. Mary Locklear, Mr. Larry Souls,
Yes.
Mr. Rudy Locklear, Mr. Eric Chavis. Motion passed, sir.
Thank you. Miss Nancy?
Okay, the next one is CLO 2025-1016-02. It's the Career Readiness and Educational Advancement through Native Youth Empowerment. It's actually the CREATE budget for one of our grants. Beginning at the second last whereas the Lumbee Tribe of North Carolina has received an award from the Department of Education in the amount of $4,525,733. And whereas the grant will be administered in accordance with the award letter for a period of 5 years, and therefore being enacted by the Tribal Council of the Lumbee Tribe of North Carolina, the following ordinance shall be cited as the Career Readiness and Educational Advancement through Native Youth Empowerment CREATE budget, and is amended for the Department of Education subject to all inclusions and provisions as described in this budget. You're just approving a $4.5 million budget for the CREATE budget as attached.
This is a grant. Yes, sir. So at this time, coming from committee, it needs no second. I'll open the floor for discussion.
You don't take a motion to approve it?
It doesn't need, it's already come out of committee, it don't need. Any discussion? Hearing and seeing none, I'll call for a roll call vote. Madam Secretary?
Billy Oxendine,
Yes.
Mr. Graylin Mitchell,
Yes.
Mr. Harold Smith,
Yes.
Mr. Jody Bullard,
Yes.
Mr. Carrington Locklear,
Yes.
Mr. Larry Chavis,
Yes.
Ms. Rubelina Locklear,
Yes.
Ms. Kathy Hunt,
Yes.
Mr. Johnny Bell,
Yes.
Mr. Bobby Emanuel,
Yes.
Ms. Chuckwauna Oxendine, yes. Ms. Josephine Doss,
Yes.
Mr. Alex Baker,
Yes.
Mr. Homer Fields,
Yes.
Ms. Sharon Hunt, Ms. Nancy Locklear,
Yes.
Ms. Sandra Dial, Ms. Mary Locklear, Mr. Larry Souls,
Yes.
Mr. Rudy Locklear, and Mr. Eric Chavis.
Thank you. At this time, we'll move to Constitution and Ordinance, and I'll recognize the Honorable Mr. Rudy Locklear.
Thank you, Mr. Baker. Mr. Speaker, had quite a few different items on our agenda at our Constitution and Ordinance Committee meeting, so I'll try to get through them quickly and briefly as possible. So as you know, we did have our workshop a few weeks ago, and during that workshop, there were some discussions regarding modifying our standing rules of order and regulations governing the duties of the tribal council officers and decorum of the council meetings. So following that workshop, it was brought back to our Constitution and Ordinance Committee meeting to make an amendment to our standing rules and orders. I'm not going to read the entire duties and decorum document since it's 8 pages long, so I will just bring to your attention the amendment for consideration to the standing rules and order. So there were 2 sections that were amended in our duties and decorum document. One is found in section 3 under committees. So the prior amendment to the duties and decorum document was completed on March 20th of 2025. In that document, there was an amendment to duties and decorum that indicated a requirement for tribal council representatives to attend a certain amount of meetings each month. So during the Constitution and Ordinance Committee meeting, if you'll look in your packet, it's not included, so I'll read the amendment to you that was passed in committee. So section 1 is amendment to section 3 under committees, section 3 subsection 1A, which you don't see it, but it did before say is hereby stricken in its entirety, detailed language. All tribal council members must attend at least or attend 3 meetings per month to receive full stipend payment. Failure to adhere will result in a 1/3 decrease per meeting. That section, subsection 1A, is hereby stricken in its entirety. That was Amendment 1. Amendment 2, which is Section 2, amendment to Section 4, under unrestricted travel. That item was also amended in 2024. So if you'll read the new language, the old language stated the 2024 Tribal Council adopts a formula to divide Tribal Council unrestricted funds by 22, with the Speaker receiving a double allocation. Following that amendment, the new amendment will state all Tribal Council members shall receive an equal allocation of unrestricted travel funds unless otherwise established by separate ordinance or budget allocation. So those were the two amendments that came out of the Constitutional Ordinance Committee as it relates to the duties and decorum document. Mr. Speaker.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Council, you have heard the report. Coming from committee, it needs no second. I will open the floor for discussion.
Got a question.
Okay, I have a question for Mr. Bobby.
Okay, I've been on the council for 5 years, and we've done 4 of these duty and decorums, and the 3 of them had a requirement to come to meetings. And during those 3 years, we had little to no issue with meeting quorum. I don't think we had any issue this past year, to my knowledge. One year, we decided to get rid of the requirement 2 years ago, and I voted for that. Let me tell you what happened. Every month, we had multiple meetings we had to cancel because we didn't have a quorum. And the reason we didn't have a quorum because we took away the only thing we had on the council. We got grown people on here and they won't come to council like they're supposed to. They were elected by the people to do it to help our seniors, to help our Lumbee people, and we're not doing that because we have no bite in this no more. We took the bite out. There's no accountability. There's no accountability, and therefore there's no expectations that's set for the conference. So I'm against this. I'm against removing Section 3 committees, number 1A. I'm against this. And I make a motion that we add it back.
I'll second.
Okay, so I have a motion on the floor to revert back to the original language. Is that my understanding? And I have a second. Any further discussion on that point before I call the vote?
Is that just the language on that one?
Just that one amendment. All right, so you have heard the motion, and the motion is to revert back to the original paragraph only on this section. All right, at this time, I will have a voice call. Yes. A yes vote will mean that we will revert back to having a 3 meeting requirement per month. A no vote keeps the language as it is out of committee. Any questions on that? So a yes is to go back to 3 meetings for a requirement. Okay, so thank you. You're my parliamentarian for tonight. So on this amendment, because that's where I was going. On this amendment, all those in favor to accept the amendment, not to approve the amendment, but to accept the amendment, say aye. Aye. Any opposed, likewise? Aye. Okay, I have 1, so the amendment stands. I'll open up the floor for any other discussions on this amendment before we vote. No other? At this time, I will close the floor for discussion. The ordinance now is amended. It does require that you attend 3 meetings a month, but however, it will keep the division of travel at 21, not 22. Is everybody clear? So a yes vote will approve this ordinance as amended. Yes?
Can you do both of them different, or we got to vote on both of them the same?
So there is only one ordinance before us now. The ordinance is the ordinance that come out of committee with the amendment that you have to attend 3. So, well, the travel is as it stands. I didn't have a motion, so it is as it stands. The only change would be that you have to go back to 3. At this time, I will call for a roll call vote. Madam Secretary?
Mr. Billy Oxendine,
Yes.
Mr. Graylin Mitchell,
Yes.
Mr. Harold Smith,
Yes.
Mr. Jody Bullard,
Yes.
Mr. Carrington Locklear,
Yes.
Mr. Larry Chavis,
Yes.
Ms. Rubinalina Locklear,
Yes.
Ms. Kathy Hunt,
Yes.
Mr. Johnny Bell,
Yes.
Mr. Bobby Emanuel,
Yes.
Ms. Chucklewana Oxendine, yes. Ms. Josephine Doss,
Yes.
Mr. Alex Baker,
Yes.
Mr. Homer Fields,
Yes.
Ms. Sharon Hunt, Ms. Nancy Locklear,
No.
Ms. Sandra Dial, Ms. Mary Locklear, Mr. Larry Souls,
Yes.
Mr. Rudy Locklear, Mr. Eric Chavis. Motion carried.
Thank you. Mr. Rudy?
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Moving right along, the next item that came out of committee is actually an item that the chairman, there he is. The chairman is here. This is a item, it's actually a resolution that was referred over to committee from his office for consideration for the Lumbee Tribe to be considered, or to give him the authority to apply for membership in the United South and Eastern Tribes Incorporated membership, such USET. So this did come out of committee. I'll start at the fourth whereas. Whereas under Article 8, Section 1 of the Tribal Constitution delegates all executive authority to the tribal chairperson of the Lumbee Tribe of North Carolina, and whereas the United South and Eastern Tribes Incorporated, which is USET, was created in 1969 to serve tribal nations from the northeastern woodlands to the Everglades and across the Gulf of Mexico, and whereas USET is dedicated to enhancing development of tribal nations, improving the capabilities of tribal governments, and improving the quality of life for Indian people through a variety of technical and supportive pragmatic services. And whereas the passage of the Lumbee Fairness Act of 2025 made the Lumbee Tribe of North Carolina eligible for membership in USET, and whereas the mission and objectives of USET are in line with the interests of the Lumbee Tribe of North Carolina and would be beneficial for the Lumbee Tribe of North Carolina to be a member of USET, and therefore be it resolved, the Tribal Council of the Lumbee Tribe of North Carolina does support the tribal chairperson taking action and completing all steps necessary for the Lumbee Tribe to join the United South and Eastern Tribes Incorporated.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Coming from committee, it needs no second. I'll open the floor for discussion and debate. Seeing and hearing none, I'll call for a roll call.
Mr. Billy Oxendine,
Yes.
Mr. Graylin Mitchell,
Yes.
Mr. Harold Smith,
Yes.
Mr. Jody Bullard,
Yes.
Mr. Carrington Locklear,
Yes.
Mr. Larry Chavis,
Yes.
Ms. Rubelina Locklear,
Yes.
Ms. Kathy Hunt, Mr. Johnny Bell,
Yes.
Mr. Bobby Emanuel,
Yes.
Ms. Chucklewana Oxendine, yes. Ms. Josephine Doss,
Yes.
Mr. Alex Baker,
Yes.
Mr. Homer Fields,
Yes.
Ms. Sharon Hunt,
Absolutely, yes.
Ms. Nancy Locklear,
Yes.
Ms. Sandra Dial, Ms. Mary Locklear, Mr. Larry Souls,
Yes.
Mr. Rudy Locklear, and Mr. Eric Chavis. Motion carried, Speaker.
Thank you. Mr. Chairman?
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. The next item on our agenda for the Constitution Ordinance Committee is involving a resolution. There was some discussion in some of our committees during public comment as it relates to tribal council attending conferences, trainings, and events that utilize tribal funds. And during those conversations, we want to be aware that those conversations from our members do not go on deaf ears during public comment. So taking those items into consideration, there was an item that was brought up regarding a ordinance from 2008 that had similar language, and doing the research, that was not exactly the same as this resolution outlined. So I'll start at the second whereas it relates to this resolution. So whereas the Tribal Council has adopted standing rules of order and regulations governing the duties of the Tribal Council officers and decorum of the council meetings, which provide for the orderly conduct of council business and inform reporting relevant to the work of the Tribal Council. Whereas the Tribal Council recognizes the importance of providing feedback and information to the council and to the Lumbee membership regarding conferences, trainings, workshops, and other events attended by Tribal Council members utilizing tribal funds or resources, and therefore be it resolved that the Lumbee Tribal Council hereby establishes that any tribal council member who attends a conference, training, workshop, seminar, or official event utilizing tribal funds, tribal allocations, or other tribal resources shall provide a report to the tribal council summarizing the event attended and any relevant information, training, resources, or opportunities that may benefit the Lumbee tribe. Such reports shall be provided to the tribal council at a regularly scheduled business meeting within a reasonable time following the members' return from the conference or training, and may be delivered as an informational report during the meeting and/or submitted in writing for inclusion in the official tribal council record. The purpose of this requirement is to promote transparency, accountability, and the sharing of knowledge gained through professional development opportunities funded by the Lumbee tribe so that the tribal council and Lumbee membership may benefit from the information obtained.
Thank you. Coming from committee, it needs no second. At this time, I'll open up the floor for discussion and recognize Mr. Larry Chavis.
I'm gonna make a motion, we send it back to the committee, because we already got an ordinance out. The ordinance is a law, and this resolution ain't no law, so hey, we should go by the law.
Second.
I have a motion to send this back to committee by being a resolution and not an ordinance. We do have an ordinance on the books. I have a second from Mr. Bill. Any other discussion?
I have a discussion. So, thank you, Mr. Chavis. And there again, as I mentioned before I read this resolution, so I'll read this to you that I responded. So in 2008, Tribal Council Travel Ordinance, which you're citing, does not contain language indicating that travelers should present a packet of materials or information learned from travel within 10 days of returning. That provision appears within the Travel Coordination and Administrative Procedures section of the ordinance and is tied to travel documentation and administrative oversight. This resolution establishes a specific and formal reporting requirement for tribal council members attending conferences, trainings, and events utilizing tribal funds, requiring a summary report to provide to the tribal council to promote transparency, accountability, and sharing of knowledge gained from those opportunities. The 2008 ordinance references administrative documentation related to travel and does not require tribal council to provide a report. This resolution creates a distinct policy focused specifically on council level reporting and transparency, and the two should not be interpreted as the same. These are not the same, and that's what was discussed in committee.
I appreciate that. At this time, I do have a motion and a properly second on the floor. I will hold a vote on that motion to send this back to committee at this time. Roll call vote on that, please, Madam Secretary.
Mr. Billy Oxendine?
Yes.
Mr. Graylin Mitchell?
Yes.
Mr. Harold Smith?
No.
Mr. Jody Bullard?
No.
Mr. Carrington Locklear?
No.
Mr. Larry Chavis?
Yes.
Ms. Rubelina Locklear? No. Ms. Kathy Hunt?
Yes.
Mr. Johnny Bill?
Yes.
Mr. Bobby Manuel?
Yes.
Ms. Chuckalana Oxendine? No. Ms. Josephine Doss?
No.
Mr. Alex Baker?
Yes.
Mr. Homer Fields?
Yes.
Ms. Sharon Hunt?
No.
Ms. Nancy Locklear?
No.
Ms. Sandra Dial? Ms. Mary Locklear? Mr. Larry Souls?
Yes.
Mr. Rudy Locklear? Miss Mary, what did Miss Mary say? Yes.
Okay, it is a tie. I do see that this is a resolution. My concern there, I did hear the chair as he said that they are not the same. The concern there is this resolution, if we keep it as a resolution, could have been folded into the rules and decorum because it is temporal. Standing as a resolution, it could theoretically expire at the end of this council cycle and will not be applicable to the 2027 council. So this, because it's not an ordinance, it would only be applicable to us. So that is one concern that I have. I do agree with Larry. If you really want to put a bite and make this permanent, then it would need to be a resolution or an ordinance. I'm sorry. Yes. My concern is as a resolution, it would be temporal.
So is duties and decorum.
That's why we vote on it every year. Actually, duties and decorum, you're absolutely right. And so if you want to keep it as a resolution, it'd be nice to fold that into duties and decorum. That way it's debated every year. That's my only concern. I support this measure, but it would only be temporal, and I think that would put us in a bigger discussion. As it remains tied right now, Mr. Parliamentarian, does it die?
Yeah, go back to the committee.
Okay. Absent of that, the parliamentarian says it goes back to the committee. Thank you. Mr. Chairman?
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. The next item on the agenda is, there again, another one of these items that were brought forward under public comment, and that specifically, I think we've addressed this at some point in the past as it relates to our vacancies on tribal council appointed boards and committees. And that's one of the things that we've been trying to work towards, putting in a permanent policy that governs our appointment process, and we haven't had a specific ordinance that governs all of our policy, all of our appointments as it relates to committees and boards and commissions. So this is an actual ordinance that came out of committee as it relates to putting in a permanent process for this process. So I'll start at the third whereas. It says the tribal council by ordinance and resolution appoints members to various boards, commissions, courts, and affiliated government bodies, including but not limited to the Tribal Elections Board, the Administrative Court, North Carolina Commission of Indian Affairs, the North Carolina Indian Housing Authority, and United Tribes of North Carolina. And whereas Article 8 of the Tribal Constitution vests executive authority to the tribal chairman, including powers of nomination where specifically granted by the Constitution, and whereas the Supreme Court justices are selected pursuant to constitutional provisions and are not selected to subject to general council appointment procedures, whereas the tribal council finds that transparency, fairness, and member engagement require public notice of vacancies for positions appointed by the tribal council unless such authority is expressly vested exclusively in the chairman by the tribal constitution. Therefore, be it enacted by the tribal council of Lumbee Tribe of North Carolina that public notice requirement under Section 1, whenever a vacancy occurs or is anticipated to occur on any board, commission, court, committee, or affiliated governmental body to which the tribal council appoints members, the tribal council shall require a public notice of such vacancy. Under the scope of Section 2, this ordinance shall apply to all tribal council appointed positions, including but not limited to the Tribal Elections Board, our Administrative Court, the North Carolina Commission of Indian Affairs, North Carolina Indian Housing Authority, United Tribes of North Carolina, and any standing or special committee created by ordinance or resolution. There are exceptions to this, and this ordinance shall not apply to any provision or position for which the tribal constitution expressly vests sole nomination or appointment authority in the chairman, and as we know, that's the tribal administrator and our tribal Supreme Court justices as of right now. The publication procedures, notice of vacancy shall be published no fewer than 60 days prior to consideration of appointment. Notice shall be posted through the Lumbee member portal, the official tribal website, and any additional method deemed appropriate by the tribal administration. And the notice shall include the name of the board or committee, the term length of that position, eligibility requirements, if applicable, application deadline, and submission instructions. Section 5 is the application process. So interested enrolled members may submit letters of interest and supporting documentation to the tribal council liaison or designated office prior to the published deadline. The term tracking tribal administration shall maintain and publish a schedule of current appointments and expiration dates for all applicable boards and committees to ensure timely notice of upcoming vacancies. And then there's a non-interference clause which states nothing in this ordinance shall diminish the constitutional powers of the chairman, conflict with any article or Article 8 of the tribal constitution, or override any constitutional method of selection for the chairman of Supreme Court justices.
Thank you. Coming from committee, it needs no second. I will now open the floor for debate. Hearing and seeing none, I will call for a roll call measure. Madam Secretary.
Mr. Billy Oxendine,
Yes.
Mr. Graylin Mitchell,
Yes.
Mr. Harold Smith,
Yes.
Mr. Jody Bullard,
Yes.
Mr. Carrington Locklear,
Yes.
Mr. Larry Chavis,
Yes.
Ms. Rubelina Locklear,
Yes.
Ms. Kathy Hunt, Mr. Johnny Bill, Mr. Bobby Emanuel,
Yes.
Ms. Chuckwawana Oxendine, yes. Ms. Josephine Doss,
Yes.
Mr. Alex Baker,
Yes.
Mr. Homer Fields,
Yes.
Ms. Sharon Hunt,
Yes.
Ms. Nancy Locklear,
Yes.
Ms. Sandra Dial, Ms. Mary Locklear, Mr. Larry Souls,
Yes.
Mr. Rudy Locklear,
Yes.
Mr. Eric Chavis. Motion carried, sir.
Thank you, madam. At this time, we'll go to Health and Human Services, the Honorable Mr. Jody Bullard for a committee report.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. And I think we got one error and already noted to the top, but we should be an ordinance instead of a resolution. This should be a resolution reading CLO 2026-0319-03. I'll start at the second last whereas. The Lumbee Tribe of North Carolina's status as a federal recognized tribe, American Indian, formalizes the government-to-government relationship between the Lumbee Tribe of North Carolina and the United States government. With that relationship comes access to wide ranges of health benefits and services. And whereas a temporary Department of Health and Human Services was created by resolution CLLR 2023-0921-01, establishment of the Lumbee Tribe of North Carolina's Health and Human Service Department has made great success, and therefore be resolved. The Lumbee Tribe of North Carolina does hereby permanently establish the Lumbee Tribe of North Carolina Health and Human Service Department.
At this time, coming from committee, it needs no second. We do have two revisions to this. And being an ordinance, the signature block will change along with the identifying corresponding CLL number, okay? So this is an ordinance that we're voting on. So it will convert from a resolution to an ordinance, and that will change the signature block to allow for the chairman's signature. Any other discussion or any other debate on the floor? Hearing and seeing none, I'll ask for a roll call vote.
Mr. Billy Oxendine,
Yes.
Mr. Graylin Mitchell,
Yes.
Mr. Harold Smith,
Yes.
Mr. Jody Bullard,
Yes.
Mr. Carrington Locklear,
Yes.
Mr. Larry Chavis,
Yes.
Ms. Rubelina Locklear,
Yes.
Ms. Kathy Hunt,
Yes.
Mr. Johnny Bill, Mr. Bobby Emanuel,
Yes.
Ms. Chuckwawana Oxendine, yes. Ms. Josephine Doss,
Yes.
Mr. Alex Baker,
Yes.
Mr. Homer Fields,
Yes.
Ms. Sharon Hunt, Ms. Nancy Locklear,
Yes.
Ms. Sandra Dial, Ms. Mary Locklear, Mr. Larry Souls,
Yes.
Mr. Rudy Locklear, Mr. Larry Chavis. Motion carried, sir.
Thank you. At this time, we will move to the chairman's report, and I'll recognize our honorable chairman, Lowry. Congratulations. Hello, sir. Good. Glad you're here.
I do apologize. Thank you very much. Hope you guys are doing well. Good to see you. You guys are looking good. Even you, Harold. Yes, sir. That bald head shines bright like mine. Hey, James. How you doing, man? Bald head, too. Straight from Wall Color. Ain't that right, baby? All right. So, good afternoon, everyone. Just want to take a few minutes to discuss some stuff that's been going on here recently. I do want to say that as of yesterday, we're now 3 days into our full federal recognition, so December 18th to March the 18th. And so since that time, Mr. Speaker, we have had lots of coordination and lots of consultation and lots of of discussions with the Department of Interior's Bureau of Indian Affairs, HHS's Indian Health Services. We've spoken with the Department of Transportation, Department of Justice, the USDA, numerous agencies within the USDA, the Department of Energy, the Environmental Protection Agency, the U.S. Department of Commerce, two different departments within the United States Department of Commerce, the Department of Treasury, Department of Education, Department of Labor. We've also had consultations with North Carolina Health and Human Services Department and the North Carolina Department of Transportation. So all of that has taken place with my staff over the last 90 days. That is us getting to know the different services and programs and different funding opportunities that's going to come down the pipe for our tribe. It's a very exciting time because we're getting to go beyond HUD funding, we're getting to go beyond LIHEAP funding, we're getting to go beyond the traditional funds that we've been receiving over the years and seeing the different opportunities that will come down the way for our tribe. So I can say this, that as we move forward, we are learning more and more the ability for us to go after additional funds outside of the normal BIA and Indian Health Services are there. We are already looking at numerous funding opportunities that we are applying for in other departments. Also, like HHS, even though we're sort of forbidden from going out the direct stuff for Indian Health Services for at least three fiscal years, we can still go after other programming within the Health and Human Services Department at the federal level. So there's a lot of stuff that we're learning. There's a lot of stuff that we're diving into. I do know, that we have a lot of opportunities. One of the things that I have found out here recently, and this is in consultation with North Carolina Department of Transportation, that there's going to be plenty of funds through the U.S. Department of Transportation that we can actually work with the North Carolina State Department of Transportation in conjunction with to go after funding. So that's the type of stuff that we're also learning about. And so just once again, the different partnerships that are coming at us, different people are coming at us, asking us to go together on joint projects. It's, I've said this time and time again about our tribe is, the sky's the limit with us, and I know we have a room full of people, but I love to say this, I know that inside, we can be very critical of ourselves and we can be very down on ourselves. And we can be very, well, you guys don't do enough, but I guarantee you, every time somebody comes to our community from outside and they see all that we've done, it's usually you guys have done a lot with a little. And I say, I wish you'd tell our people that. So, because they're always blown away by all the housing that we've done. They're blown away by the youth departments. They're blown away by the Boys and Girls Club. I mean, even today I had folks in my office from the National Indian Education Association, and they were like, how many Boys and Girls Clubs do you have? I said 7. And you see how many students today? 600. Their mind's blown. Their mind's blown. And they're like, and you just got recognition a couple months ago? Absolutely. Absolutely. That's the power of our tribe. And, I like to tell we don't play. We get stuff done. And that's how we roll as the Lumbee. I'm very excited and thankful that you guys got us into USET. So we do have to formally apply to be in the United Southeastern Tribes organization. I can tell you now that I was a little hesitant to want to join, Mr. Speaker, just because of some of our foes have been at USET, but a lot of our friends, the Catawba, the Shinnecock, the Mashpee Wampanoag, they have come to me and said, hey, we want you in USET. We need you in USET. We want Lumbee at the table in USET. So I want to thank you guys for stepping forward and making sure that we will be a member of USET in just a couple months as they formally recognize us as the next tribe to be joining USET. Also, as you guys know, re-enrollment has been going full-fledged. That's the reason why all these chairs are in here. So it's packed out day in and day out. We're seeing between 80 and 120 people every day for re-enrollment, and that's all age ranges. So once again, this place is packed out every day. And then on top of that, we just restarted the rehab program that we now call the HIP program, and we are packed out for that as well. So our staff is working full throttle. There's a lot of people coming in here every day to get services and benefits through our tribe, so we're very happy about that. And once again, I tell the public to please have patience with our staff. They are working very hard. They're working extremely hard when they are trying to see different folks. 2 more items, Mr. Speaker. Yesterday we had a very sombering discussion yesterday. We had numerous partners, and this is our first meeting. This is just the first meeting, but we had the Robeson County Partnership for Children. We had the North Carolina Youth Violence Prevention folks come here yesterday. We had Commissioner John Cummins come. We had LREMC come here yesterday. We had some representatives from UNCP, a representative from PSRC, and of course our staff. We just had a come together meeting to discuss what services are available for our youth, for mainly our teenagers. And because of all the different violence and stuff that's been going on here, we know, we all seen the news, we all heard the news, we've all been hit by it some way, somehow. And so we wanted to just have a quick meeting of partners who do stuff in this realm, you know, whether it's behavioral health, mental health, counseling for our youth, and just to try to see what kind of resources are out there. So it was a good meeting, good discussion, but you know, at the end of the day, we need to actually talk to our youth. We need to talk to our 15-year-olds, our 16-year-olds, our 17-year-olds, you know, especially our males. We need to know what's going on with our males. Why come our males are 15 years old and hanging out late at night and carrying guns, you know? So we need to have those discussions. And so I hope to work with our partners to push this and to bring more people to the table, because we need to have those types of discussions. So although we're doing great things in the tribe, there's still a lot of social ills going on in our community. And we always have to be cognizant of that, and understand that although some things are going well, some things are not going well. So we just have to keep pushing on and keep prioritizing. Also, we do have 2 additional events coming up with regards to our 575 celebration. My staff's working very hard on the March 28th Wild Game Feast. We have the Wild Game Feast, a community powwow, and we're going to do some traditional dancing, social dances on March the 28th. So we're working hard with that. We had a meeting today with UNCP Security with regards to the May 16th celebration of 575 of our full federal recognition. So all that's coming along too, Mr. Speaker. So we got a lot going on. We got a lot of programs going on. We got a lot of events that we're pulling together. We got a lot of new programs that we're finding out about. And there's only so many days in the week, so many hours in the day, so many days in the week. So I'm very proud of my staff. You know, I love to brag on them, but I just want to say thank you to my staff for working hard. Some of them is taking on additional duties and responsibilities, and they're really working hard and really striving. And I'm just proud to be the chairman of this tribe, and I'm just proud of the direction we're going. And you know, we have a $40 million budget right now, and when we started, it was $20 million, and you know, and so I can only imagine where we're going to be in the next 3 to 4 years with this budget, and the next chair and the future tribal councils are going to have so many more resources and so many more opportunities to serve our people. So, and you know, the thing about being in leadership is you want to leave this place better than you found it. And so whoever comes behind us, they're going to be in a whole lot better place than what we were when we came, or those who came before. So God bless you guys. Thank you.
Don't go too far, Chairman. Chairman, don't go too far, if you don't mind. Thank you for that report. I do want to echo the chairman. Actually, I want to echo the Honorable Mr. Larry Townsend. He said if you're not at the table, you're on the menu. And so we have some feelings about you, Sent, but it's important to be there. So thank you for that. At this time, we have a swearing in, and so I would like to see if the Chief Justice was able to make it tonight. Fantastic. Thank you. At this time, I will recognize our Chief Justice, Ms. Ronette Sutton, and I will ask Mr. Corbin Eddings, Chief Judge, and you're welcome to bring her up here so folks can see online.
Raise your right hand. State after me. I state your name.
I, Corbin Eddings,
Do solemnly swear or affirm
solemnly affirm
that I will support and defend
that I will support and defend
the Constitution of the Lumbee Tribe of North Carolina,
the Constitution of the Lumbee Tribe of North Carolina,
that I will carry out faithfully and impartially
that I will carry out faithfully and impartially
the duties of my office
the duties of my office
to the best of my ability,
to the best of my ability,
that I will preserve for all time
that I will preserve for all time
the Lumbee way of life and community,
the Lumbee way of life and community,
that I will promote educational, cultural,
that I will promote educational, cultural,
social, and economic well-being
social, and economic well-being
of the Lumbee Tribe,
of the Lumbee Tribe,
and that I will strive to secure justice and freedom for the Lumbee people. Congratulations.
Thank you, Chairman. If she weren't here, I was gonna have you. All right. At this time, we will move to our presentations. First, we have a presentation by Dr. Ronnie Bell, who would like to talk to us about Dr. Joey Bell ALS Walk. And this time, I'll recognize Honorable Dr. Bell.
Figured I'd know that by now. Mr. Speaker and distinguished council members, just wanted to thank you for the opportunity to stand before you today. And while I have the privilege of the podium, I want to congratulate you all and Mr. Chairman on federal recognition. I haven't had that opportunity, so it's a wonderful thing. And everybody that knows me and knows I'm Lumbee, congratulate me and at work and tell me what a wonderful thing that is, and really appreciative of that. I wanted to just take this time to thank the tribal leadership for being a fiscal sponsor for the inaugural Dr. Joey Bell ALS Walk, which will happen April 11th at the UNCP football field. I'm not an event planner, I will tell you that. And so when I first decided that this was something that I felt would be something that I could honor my brother's memory, we decided, I reached out to ALS United of North Carolina. They said they would love to help support this event. And so we got the ball rolling, and we are now about 3 weeks away from that event occurring. We have 220 people signed up to walk, which I'm very pleased with. We've reached 50% of our fundraising goal of $20,000. So thanks to the Lumbee tribe and several other sponsors here. Mr. Rudy is a sponsor, Ms. Faylene is a sponsor, Metcon, many other people have stepped up. And I hope that that is a testament to how much my brother was loved in this community. So I will tell you that I knew very little about ALS when I first started getting into this. It's a fairly rare neurological condition. It is 100% fatal. The average lifespan is about 4 years from diagnosis, which is about what my brother had from his time of diagnosis in February of 2021. There's no cure, and so this is why 100% of the proceeds from this event are going to ALS United of North Carolina. So all of that money will go to supporting people who are in the community who need wheelchairs, any types of mobility, accessibility resources. So that's what they do. They host events like this all over the state. And when I approached them about doing one in Pembroke, I think they were a little bit hesitant. They were like, not sure if this is a good idea or not, but I think they've been tremendously impressed that this community has rallied around this event, and I'm very much looking forward to this event. I also looked up today that ALS, it's sort of the medical term is amyotrophic lateral sclerosis. Some of you may know it as Lou Gehrig's disease, because he's the person back in the late 50s who was diagnosed as probably the most famous person who has had the disease. And so it starts sort of in your extremities, and then it works its way up until you can no longer breathe or eat on your own. And so that's what my brother went through, and but he went through it with grace and with style. He always was looking heavenward and was looking forward to that time when he would be up there with his Lord and Savior. So I'm grateful to you all for all the work that you do and for being a sponsor. Grateful to Native Visions for helping spread the word, and just hope to see it. Now, I will say this, so just so it's not too daunting. So it is a walk, but there's no set distance. You can walk 1 lap, you can walk 5 miles. So come out, we'll start about 9 o'clock, and we'll have a great time. We'll have plenty of vendors out there, and we'll have food. My brother Greg, Greg, he makes sure we have food out there. So, so we're looking forward to this event. And everybody that registers on the website will get a free t-shirt, and we'll have stickers and all kinds of good stuff for people that join us. So please join if you haven't already, and thank you again for your time. Appreciate
and what was the date, good doctor?
April 11th.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you. At this time, we will recognize for our second and final presentation, Dr. Seth Grooms, Assistant Professor with Appalachia State.
Good evening, Mr. Speaker and Tribal Council. Thank you for the opportunity to be here tonight and introduce myself. My name is Dr. Seth Grooms. I'm a professor of anthropology and archaeology at Appalachia State here in the mountains of North Carolina. And I wanted to be here tonight to put a face to the name. If you see my name and title being from the App State in news and events associated with work with our TIPO, Harlan Chavis. Sometimes the title of professor or the PhD can give kind of an air of inaccessibility, so I wanted to kind of introduce myself. I'm a proud Lumbee citizen. I'm a first-generation college graduate and Marine veteran, and I got my PhD with the goal of setting up this project that I co-founded with Harlan about 3 years ago, Harlan and a couple of other Lumbee citizens, called the Lumbee River Archaeology Project. And the goal of that project is to serve our community and our tribe. We've been doing that for 2 years solid now with active field research. And the goal of this project, of LRAP, that's what we call it, Lumbee River Archaeology Project, or LRAP, is to acknowledge that archaeologists, non-native archaeologists, have done a lot of damage to our community and our ancestral lands and sacred places, and for a long time. And so I think that it's important, like so many Lumbee people have done, to kind of reclaim these professions and enter them so we can empower our community to do better archaeology and use it as a tool for the good of our community, to teach young people about the lifeways of our ancestors in the deep ancient past, but also, very importantly, to speak the language and the jargon of professional archaeology and use it as a tool to protect sacred sites through Mr. Chavis's office, through the TIPO, and use archaeology as a tool for tribal sovereignty. And so we have been working in partnership with the TIPO since 2024, and we've been working with both the tribe through his office and also private landowners and Lumbee citizens, particularly the Hunt family, Mr. Grady and Karen Hunt, who have been instrumental in getting this project off the ground. So that was it. I wanted to take this time to introduce myself for those of you who haven't met me yet. We do a lot of work in the community, youth workshops, things like that, teaching our youth about things like pottery making and techniques and all sorts of stuff. And so just in the future, you see me around or see my name, it's me. And you know, please, if you have any questions, I love talking about this kind of stuff, and it's my life's work and my passion to serve our community in the best way I know how, which is an archaeologist, as an archaeologist along with Harlan. So thank you for your time.
Thank you. Sounds like we got our own Indiana Jones, folks. We need some more young people. All right, so at this time, we will move now to community comments. I do have quite a few this evening. And the first one that I'd like to recognize, is Mr. Scotty Locklear. Is Mr. Scotty Locklear with us? We do have 3 minutes for community comments. I will ask the parliamentarian to begin the time clock. I will stand up when you have 30 seconds left remaining on your 3 minutes. Welcome, and the floor is yours, Mr. Locklear.
So thank you. I'm actually here today. Ms. Judy Sampson, our county commissioner, was coming with me, and she was not able to come. She actually had a family function to attend, but her heart is here with you. She wanted to thank each and every one of you for all the great things that you're doing for each one of your districts. I had the opportunity to visit our community building in Union Chapel today. There were several people there working. They were putting up the ceilings and working and doing some vinyl. Just want to say that the building looks great in our community. I'm very thankful. Hopefully it'll be finished soon. Maybe we can coordinate with the grant workers here with the tribe. Hopefully maybe get some things done next door at our park. We do have some new facilities there. We have a pickleball court that we have installed with the county commissioner. Also, too, we have a new concession stand and restrooms there, so we're proud of that. So having this new building next door, hopefully we can coordinate something with the grants department here and do some grants to do some additional things for the park, especially for those that's going to be renting the building and using that facility next door. So we're excited about that. Our tribal councilwoman, Miss Kathy Hunt, I am biased. This is my county, our tribal councilwoman for a district. She came back after the meeting, gave a lot of beneficial information for as far as the Blue Cross Blue Shield coordinating with Medicaid. So we're grateful that she brought back information. I'm sure you guys probably went back to y'all's communities and shared information too. So I just wanted to come and say thank you for what you do for the community. It looks good going by our new community building. Hopefully we'll be getting a date soon from the tribe and have a grand opening, and look forward to that. So I just want to say thank you on behalf of Union Chapel.
Thank you, Mr. Locklear. At this time, our next guest, our next speaker will be Dr. Jeff Collins. Is Dr. Collins here? Okay, good. Welcome. You too, sir, have 3 minutes, and you have the floor. When I stand up, you'll have 30 seconds remaining.
Red? Good deal. First, I want to thank the tribe for giving me the privilege of talking to tribal members. Recognition has been a long time coming. You people have talked about it, but Lord willing, with the powers that be, people working together, we've got recognition. And I think the number of people who work behind that, getting that done. But how does that recognition impact the lives of our tribal members and our businesses in this area? Potential is only potential, but it has to be used to be to bring fruit. And so we've been a progressive society. If you go ride through Pembroke and people come to me all the time and say, boy, when you come through Pembroke, it's not a typical tribal town. Are you guys Lumbee Indians? Are y'all Indians? We've never been dependent upon federal monies, have we? We've been very progressive. And so when we look at what tribal recognition has done, the members are excited, but also the business is excited. We're excited about what it's going to afford us. And as we grow, the town grows. The town grows, Pembroke grows. The Pembroke grows, our people benefit. So the question is, how are we going to take federal recognition and build upon the efforts that have been done in the past? How do we take this business which has been progressive and not dependent upon federal funds and cause those businesses to grow? I started practicing in 1979 with 4 employees. Now we have 2 practices, one in Pembroke, one in Red Springs. We employ over 30-some people. And those are good paying jobs. Some of those jobs are paying well over $100,000. Hygienists are making $80,000, $90,000. But how do we take this recognition and benefit all the businesses in this area? And so that as we grow, our tribal members grow. And as our tribal members grow, incomes increase. We want to take the monies that we'll be getting, and we need to realize the money we'll get from the federal government is not going to be able to satisfy all the needs we have. We're going to take this federal recognition and build upon the benefits it gives us and help create jobs. And those jobs are created by bringing new businesses in and benefiting the businesses that already have jobs created. So let's think about what can the tribe do going forward with this federal recognition. You can best benefit your tribal members by job creation. Taking the monies you're getting and help create jobs. I don't think anybody wants to get a check coming through the mail. We haven't gained our efforts as Lumbee people by depending upon a check coming through the mail. We've been hard workers. So how do we take as a tribal council and make decisions that help benefit our people and build upon the work ethic that they've got and create jobs and create income for our community? As our community benefits, the people grow, jobs increase, and the whole area, I'll shut up.
Thank you, Doc, and we're actively pursuing that, but thank you for your comments. And at this time, I'll recognize tribal member Mr. Terry Locklear with the school board. Mr. Terry, you'll also have 3 minutes. When I stand, you'll be at the last 30 seconds. The floor is now yours.
Thank you so much. Good evening, Speaker, Council, tribal members. My name is Terry Locklear, and I appreciate the opportunity to speak. I want to be clear about my purpose. I have some similar comments as Dr. Collins. I don't want to discuss whether or not you are for or against the gaming. That's not really my issue. I'm really here to advocate for the process. Abraham Lincoln said that nearly all men can stand adversity, but if you want to test a man's character, give him power. And as elected officials, you do have power. And that power comes with the responsibility to ensure that our people have the opportunity to weigh in on the issues that could shape future generations. And gaming is one of those issues that could alter the trajectory of our economy and the opportunities available to our people. And it's your responsibility to hear the voice of the people that matter, or hear the voice of all people or our people on a matter of this magnitude. And I do serve on the school board, and as a public servant, I understand funding constraints. I would imagine that a lot of the money that comes to the tribe now comes with some restrictions. And those restrictions, I would imagine, restrict the ability for you to respond to needs that are really urgent. Unrestricted funding changes that. Right now, I guarantee you there's a Lumbee child out there that needs a pair of glasses, maybe another one that could just pass, could probably pass math if he could just afford a tutor. Let's not wait till the next generation to fix those issues. Let's try to work on fixing those issues now. I'm really passionate about our kids. We fought for federal recognition for over 100 years, and I'm hopeful that there's no one here that's delaying a vote on the gaming issue for any reason that's personal. So if you could, please expedite that process, allow the people to speak, allow a vote on gaming. Let's get the ball rolling. Let the people decide whether or not that's something that we want to do. Thank you so much. I appreciate all the work that you do, and I'm super excited and delighted that we finally received federal recognition. Let's go after every right that is made available to us. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Locklear. At this time, I'll recognize Mr. Jared Sampson. Mr. Sampson, you also have 3 minutes. When I stand, you'll be at your last 30 seconds. The floor is yours.
And all right. Thank you, guys. A little hoarse, but I wanted to talk about one subject this evening, and that is really nation building. I wrote a little speech for this. On December 18th, 2025, we restored the historic milestone, full federal recognition. That didn't happen overnight. That was sort of a 7-generation fight, the fight carried by our ancestors that carried the finish line for our people in this room and community today. I'm proud to say I was one of the group of the people, Lumbees, that helped make that final leg. And because of that, we have a responsibility to make that sacrifice. All that time, all those generations led to the real benefits for our people. As for what we've seen so far, we've seen leadership communicate, you all have, directly to the citizens, keeping people informed, engaged. We've seen preparation like the Department of Health and Human Services and positioning for the Indian Health Services. We've seen investment in land, housing, agriculture, care of elders. That's nation building. That is what we're here to do. We are a nation now, but we also want to be honest about something. Federal programs alone will never do enough. Even today, Native communities receive far less funding than anyone else than the common American. A quick Google search educated me that only 6% of the federal funding that comes down today meets the need of the actual Native people throughout this nation. And that's why IGRID matters. The Indian Gaming Regulatory Act is one of the most powerful tools we have. IGRID was made legal and structured Native American tribes to exercise their sovereign rights to provide for their people. 3 examples. The Seminole tribe of Florida didn't just build a casino, they built a global business. They acquired the Hard Rock, created billions in revenues, and they supplement healthcare, education, and jobs for their people. The Mississippi Choctaw used gaming to build an entire economy. They created thousands of jobs, invested in manufacturing, housing, schools. They're one of the largest employers in their entire region. And right here in North Carolina, we all seen what the Eastern Cherokee have done. They didn't rely on federal programs. They used sovereignty and IGRA to make that happen. And this is where we are today. We just finished this 7-generation fight. Now the question is, do we stop at recognition or do we turn this into results? Because IGRA represents jobs for our people, revenue we control, investment in housing, healthcare, and education, and long-term independence. Federal recognition just opened the door. The nation building is what we do next. And we owe that to they've come before us. I got a 15-year-old son at home, and one day he's going to say, Dad, what did you do with this opportunity? I got grandchildren that aren't even born yet. They're going to live with the results and the decisions we all make today. Let's make this something truly worthy of them. This is nation building, and that is what we're going to do all together. And that's what I want to see, and I appreciate every one of you guys. Thank you.
Well said, Mr. Sampson. You're absolutely right. This is something that's going to impact future generations, and we need to take the time to get it right. So I totally agree with you. Getting it right now saves them from arguing later. Next, we'll call on the Honorable Miss Wendy Moore Graham. Miss Wendy Moore, excuse me. Oh, heavens, nothing. You don't know her from back then, I do.
Be careful what you call me.
Beautiful.
Thank you. I had contemplated whether I was going to come before you because I know that you had already said that y'all had given. But when I think of who I'm standing here for, I'm compelled to come to you and to say to you, honorable council members, thank you for giving us a moment of your time. We stand here before you today on behalf of the Rape Crisis Center of Robeson County. But more importantly, we stand here for the people we serve. In Robeson County, 62% of the victims that come through our doors are Native American, and most of those are Lumbee. These are not strangers. They are our daughters, our sons, our nieces, nephews, and even our grandchildren. And yet the pain they carry is something our community has been taught not to talk about. Sexual violence is something that many would rather look away from, but looking away has never protected one single child. Looking away has never healed one single woman or man who carries the trauma they never asked for. The Rape Crisis Center steps into that silence, offering safety, advocacy, counseling, and hope. But we cannot do this work alone. We need partners who are willing to stand in the gap, and especially those entrusted with leading and protecting the Lumbee people. As you consider supporting our annual golf tournament, March 28th, we ask you to give as unto God and ask you to remember these words. I was hungry, and you gave me no food. I was thirsty, and you gave me no drink. And today in our own communities, that truth sounds more like this. I was wounded, and you turned away from my suffering. Let that never be said of us as Lumbee. Your support would be more than a sponsorship. It would be a declaration that the Lumbee sees our victims, and we value them, and we refuse to turn away. It would tell every survivor, we see you, we value you, you are not alone, and we stand with you. On behalf of those who cannot stand here today, those who are still healing, those who are still afraid, and those who are still waiting for someone to fight for them, I humbly ask you for your support. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Madam Moore. Appreciate the opportunity to participate. Thank you for sending us the information. At this time, we'll now move to Mr. Esquire Grady Hunt for some community comments. Esquire, you also have 3 minutes. When you see me stand, you'll be at your last 30.
So, Bill, I normally have your job at Hope County. I normally keep the clock, so I'm well familiar with the clock. Mr. Speaker, council members, thank you. I appreciate the opportunity to come before you. I want to come before you to commend you for very forward thinking and purchasing property that looks forward. I remember, and I was sharing this story today with Jessica. It would have been about 2002. Me and then Chairman Milton Hunt went to visit in Durham at a hotel, Walter Royal Davis, and I'm not sure if that name resonates with anyone, but the Davis Library at Chapel Hill is named after Walter Royal Davis, and he probably was donated more money to build the Dean Dome than any other individual person. And our trip that day to visit Mr. Davis was to talk about how he could help us fund recognition. And he gave us a number, and as we were leaving, Milton said to me, partner, we can't ever do that. So I say that to say this. When you look at how recognition's been obtained over the years by most tribes, it's cost them a lot of money. Whether the Malaysians invested in them, whether Wallace Chiefs invested in them, whoever, it cost a lot of money. And it's not cost us a lot of money. It's cost folks a lot of time, a lot of hours. Like I said, I go back at least 20 plus years working in different capacities on this effort. And so I'm very glad to see it get over the finish line. And it really takes relationships. It's relationship building. Without those relationships, let's not fool ourselves. Federal recognition would have never happened. You just had to have those relationships. People make those relationships. And I applaud everybody that had a hand in that. Whether, again, I remember that. And then Kay Hagan, some of you here probably made that trip to Washington that time. And I'll be honest with you, I felt like I had wasted a whole 2 or 3 days. And I'm sure a lot of folks felt the same way along the way. But we finally got across the finish line, and congratulations.
Thank you, Attorney. Nice to hear that encouragement about that purchase. Next, we'll move to Miss Nancy Chavis. Miss Chavis, you also have 3 minutes. Glad you're here tonight. When you see me stand, you'll be in your last 30 seconds, ma'am.
Thank you.
The floor is yours.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and thank you, Council, for this opportunity. My name is Nancy Strickland Chavis. I'm the Director of the Museum of the Southeast American Indian over at UNCP. And this evening, I am honored to introduce the museum's 2026 Lloyd Oxendine Artist in Residence, Ms. Tanya Holy Elk. And she is an artist in residence with us all week long and done a series of amazing programs so far. It's been a wonderful week. But one of the requests of the artist in residence is that the artist creates a work that can stay with the museum that we can share. And for Tanya, we asked her to write a poem that focused on federal recognition. So I would like to introduce Tanya Holy Elk, and this evening, she just introduced this poem last night, but share this poem with the Tribal Council.
Thank you very much. I'm greatly honored and humbled to have this opportunity to present. Thank you again. 575, more than a number stamped. A tribe not just created, but already here, striving, surviving since time immemorial, when Pates was dust and prayer, fighting a fight like Henry with a common vision for the common good. Strong like Rhoda, we carry our grandmother's stories, from back swamps to tobacco lands. What we weave keeps us woven. 575 is not a beginning, but an opened door. People of pine roots in Carolina soil, holding fast through storm and drought, remembering Hayes Pond and Old Main, the historical resistance etched into memory. 575 Lumbees rise like the river keeps its secrets, carrying silt like memory in its mouth, south of Harper's Ferry. It's not the start of our story, just the world finally catching on. We are people with a deep-rooted ancestral history where laughter lives on front porches, where cousins feel like half the county. It's in collards, cornbread, and chow-chow. Lums thrive in summer during homecoming. We were always a recognized nation of survivors. because an Indian with a pen and perseverance produces hope. Where the knowledge keeper's fire tends the flame, recognition is not a crown, but a witness to the truth said out loud. We have always been here. Lumbee's Rise 575. Thank you.
Wow, Nancy. Miss Elk, thank you for that blessing. Look forward to getting that. We'll post it online for everybody to see. Thank you. Thank you for being here and being our artist in residence. God bless you. So at this time, we will continue on this UNCP train, and we will recognize, and bring forth the Honorable Chancellor, Dr. Robin Cummins. I tried to get him to let me pull him out of community comments and put him on presentations, and he said, no, Counselor. He came today as a regular citizen, but we will give him the honor due. Welcome, Chancellor. You do have 3 minutes, and when I stand, you'll be on your last 30 seconds. I apologize to do you that way.
Big fan of Dean Smith. I understand the 30-second clock. And I know that Carolina's ahead by 11 points, so a lot of us want to get to that game and see what they can do. And Houston plays tonight at 10:10, so a lot going on. So it's been UNCP all around tonight. Whether it's Ronnie talking about his brother Joey, called me and said, we want to have a walk. And I talked to my people and they said, so we're going to have a walk to support UNC Chapel Hill. I said, no, we're going to have a walk to support Joey Bell, who is an icon. You've heard from Seth Grooms and the relationship that we have with App State as he comes here and works. And he's working with Dr. Ledoux, who is the Adolph Dahl Endowed Professor here at UNC Pembroke, a $1.9 million endowment, the largest of its kind in the United States. So we're proud to collaborate with people, and of course Nancy, and I can't follow, Nancy, I owe you to make me follow that quote, what just happened. But here, I'm here tonight for one simple reason. You already heard the great opportunity that this board, that this council, that the speaker, the chair has before it. We've been given a valuable tool called federal recognition, something that people have lived and died and bled and sweat and shed tears for over the last 100 years, and we saw it happen in our lifetime. What are we going to do with it now? What are you going to do with it now? You've got a tool to create an incredible economic engine. And as you think about what you're going to do, I ask you to remember the tool that you have in your own backyard called the University of North Carolina at Pembroke. 139 years ago, 7 American Indian men approached a white legislator, Hamilton McMillan, over in Red Springs and asked him to help them to establish a school to train teachers to teach their children. These 7 men in 1887, 20 years after the end of the Civil War, had the vision of the power, the potential, and the promise of education. And I would say to you that I believe that what happened on December 18th, 2026 was a direct result of what those 7 men started 139 years ago. Today, UNC Pembroke's over 8,000 students. We have students from 32 tribes. We've got a long way to go. We've got 574 more to get on our campus, which would be a great goal to have to happen. We have students from 32 tribes. We have students from 51 countries on our campus. It's the most diverse campus with white, black, Hispanic, Asian, all sorts, all races of people on our campus. Recently, we bestowed our first doctoral degree. A Doctor of Nursing Practice. So your university is doing a lot of good things. We're having a lot of impact. So what can we do together? I think of healthcare. When I was Medicaid director, man, I can't tell this story. All right, I'll end by saying healthcare. When I was Medicaid director, I went out the eastern band of Cherokee. We're opening a $70 million hospital for their tribe. What can we do like that? I look at business, I look at education. All of those areas, we can have an impact. So keep in mind what we can do together. The speaker has asked me to come back in the future, and Bill, I'll have 20 minutes at that time, and maybe I'll get started. Thank you.
Thank you, Chancellor. I can say about our parliamentarian, he don't show no favoritism. I do, seriously though, I do want to extend an invitation, particularly to Miss Nancy Fields and the Southeastern Study with the artist in resident. I think it's important, and so I open an invitation for the Education and Culture Committee meeting, where we can have more time, 20 and 30 minutes of an hour, to really talk about the residents, what she's doing, as well as you, sir, Chancellor. Those committee meetings can be very informative and allow us an opportunity to engage and talk back and exchange, whereas this format does not allow for that. So you have a standing invitation at any time to Education and Culture, particularly you, Ms. Fields, and then certainly the Chancellor not only has that same invitation, but he has an invitation to come back to Council at any time. Thank you again. I will move on now to our last community comment for the evening by County Commissioner Ms. Failing Dow. Ms. Dow, you finally as well. Be warned, have 3 minutes. Your title will not get you past dollar bill.
Oh, I know it.
When I stand, you have 30 seconds. The floor is yours, madam.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Thank you to each council person here tonight. I stand in front of you as your county commissioner for District 4, and also as the great-great-great-great-granddaughter of one of the 7 founding fathers from UNCP, Mr. Preston Locklear, and also a absolutely proud member of the Lumbee tribe of North Carolina. So I bring greetings to you tonight on behalf of the Board of Commissioners and the administration, and I want to just enforce to you to let you all know, as we're moving forward in this process of federal recognition, the Board of Commissioners stands with you 100%. Whatever we need to do at the county level to make things happen for federal recognition, our manager, Ms. Kelly Blue, and all of our board is 100% supportive of that, because they recognize that improvements and moving forward with federal recognition not just helps Pembroke, but it helps the whole county as well as southeastern North Carolina. So I wanted to let you hear that from your vice chair of the Board of Commissioners. We are 100% with you. Please don't hesitate to reach out in any way that we can help. I also just wanted to say what an exciting time for each one of you as council members to be a part of this very, very special time for federal recognition. I mean, no other council will have the opportunity to be in the place where you guys are. It reminds me of when I came on the Board of Commissioners as first Native woman in Robeson County. It was an exciting time, and I hope you guys feel that way as well. I want to say on behalf of District 4, thank you. Thank you for the Cultural Center, for everything that's going out there, for the pool, for Strike at the Wind, for the collard cutting, everything that's going on out there. I hear in my district how appreciative people are, and I want to thank you for that. I want to thank you for the Two Streams building and for the kids that you're impacting there, for the walking trail. I hear lots of good things there, and as a matter of fact, we will be there Saturday morning at 8:30, a group of students for our county-wide cleanup. That's going to be our meeting place, and I just am so appreciative of that building. And lastly, in terms of the new senior living community that's going to be going up, I think, in the Jonesville area. It's right on the outskirts of my district, but we're excited about that as well. So again, I just want to say thank you for all that you do. We appreciate you, and I am here to help in any way I can. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner. Y'all have been a valued friend and supporter, and we look forward to continuing that relationship. At this time, that does conclude the community comments. We will move to calendar review at this time. On the calendar, at first, we will open the floor for March. Any additions to the March calendar, Council? Seeing none, we will move to April. Brother Bobby?
April 2nd, community meeting, District 10, at 6 o'clock at the Renner Fire Department.
Thank you, sir. Give me just a second. Ms. Chakawana?
Can we do education on the 7th at 6:30?
Education,
April 7th.
April 7th at 6:30. Mr. Dollar Bill?
Just a reminder, March the 31st, may have a community meeting.
March the 31st is your community meeting?
No, it's a community meeting with Murray Lockwood.
Oh, committee meeting, yes, Agriculture Natural Resources is scheduled for 6:30 on March. Yes, sir. Nancy?
We're having finance and housing on the 9th. Finance at 6:30, housing at 7:30. And now we have a community meeting at Union Elementary School on April the 14th.
Okay, fantastic.
The 14th was supposed to be mine. It was supposed to be Union Chapel instead of Union Elementary. You got one too? Yeah, we'll get one for Belinda. Because mine's already on the calendar.
All right, so
We'll put you on there again, baby.
so we got on the April 14th, District 16. Is that
No, District 8.
District 8? District 8, community meeting, Union Chapel, not Union Elementary. Please revise your calendars. Of course, you'll get one. All right. Mr. Bullard.
We'll have a Health and Human Services meeting on the 7th at 7:30.
HHS, Health and Human Service, at 7:30 on April the 7th. All right. What you got, Bob?
Okay, I want to announce on May the 1st, we have the Gene Locklear Scholarship Golf Tournament for the scholarship for the Lumbee Tribe. So I really recommend, they got different levels, but they have a whole sponsor of $175. And I challenge every council member to sponsor a whole, and anybody that can hear me in the audience, they have different levels. And I actually also support that also. It's a great program. It's for our young people scholarship program. And I know we can always use the money. And Miss Cassidy, is she here? And Miss Cassidy is over there. And you can see her and she can help you out with that. She has all the levels. Thank you.
Council, I have one last committee meeting that I need to schedule. Would you prefer, as the holiday seems that the office is closed on Monday the 6th due to holiday, so I'm gonna have to put the Federal Recognition Committee meeting either on the 7th or the 9th. What is the pleasure of the council? The 7th? Federal Recognition at 8:30 p.m. on April the 7th. Apologize about that, but also thank you, council, for scheduling those community meetings so we can get out there. You heard several speakers tonight talk about our economic development. And so I'm thankful that council is getting out there to engage the community. It would be a disservice, I see Rudy, it would be a disservice to members to advance the voting without getting out there and having educational opportunities for members to know the value, okay? And to know the value of what these economic development activities that we have to talk about. So thank you, council, for getting that on the calendar. I look forward to going in our communities and having some crucial conversation on that, and thank those speakers who brought that to light today. Mr. Rudy.
Thank you. Mr. Baker, Mr. Speaker, just one note on March the 21st. If you'll note on your calendar, that is this coming Saturday, UNCP does have their powwow on campus that day from 10 to 6. I think grand entry is at 12. 12. So if we could make a note to be there and support that if possible. Did you schedule something for, I'm sorry, I was trying to write these notes down, April the 8th? Do we have anything on April the 8th?
We typically.
Oh, so I'm sorry, that's that Wednesday.
Yes.
April the 13th. Anything on that? Okay, so I need about 3 hours before we can work through this gaming constitution ordinance or constitution amendment for gaming, and we have several committees or boards that need to be addressed as well. So I need at least 6:30 to 8:30 on the 13th.
All right, we have Constitution and Ordinance on April the 13th from 6:30 until. Any other items? All right. At this time, thank you. I have a motion to go into closed session. Second. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed likewise? Thank you. Yeah, we're going in the back room.